I want to know exactly what makes the skies so special in the Horizon series.
Yeah, totally. And I think the one thing that sets us apart really is that we capture the real sky, right?
So they go into their rig and how they do it. You can kind of see that going on in the background now. And then they showed a really cool time lapse of the finished product of the way they stitch the shots from the three cameras together. Basically what it boils down to is they have these three cameras on this tripod synchronized to take photos every 30 seconds throughout the day, so they get a time lapse of the sky. And they did that during different seasons, different times of day, to capture the best moments out of all the different skies that they shoot to create the skies in Forza Horizon 5. So the example that they used was that in Forza Horizon 4, when you created a custom event, you could select the kind of time of day and weather. So for example, you could do like a clear morning or afternoon rainy, afternoon partly cloudy, right? You had all those different options from time of day and weather. So when they were doing that, they had about 300 different sky presets that the game could choose from to populate the weather you selected. Now in Forza Horizon 5, they're going to have over 2,000 sky presets for that to choose from. So just a lot more variety and realism being brought into the sky, which will flow into the environment. So pretty cool to see, but again, that's more of just kind of like the techno nerdery that was the main focus of this live stream. But we did get some new footage showing off the weather effects of tropical storms and the dust storms. So they said this was an older internal video that they had just to kind of show off the new weather effects, but they wanted to demonstrate it anyway. So it's not a new video, but it's new for us. I don't think it's actually gameplay. It definitely seems like it's in-engine, but basically they're just showing off how you'll be able to drive into the weather that you see off into the distance. And right after this, they did make a point to say that storm chasing will be a thing and that it was a big thing in their planning.
Yeah, storm chasing was a big thing on our in our plans when we were starting the project.
And I didn't know I needed this or wanted this, but now I am super excited for it. So I'm thinking we're definitely going to have some storm chasing videos here on the channel, so make sure you subscribe for that. They also talked about the seasons a little bit more. So it's going to be more focused on the biomes because obviously the seasonal to season changes aren't as dramatic as they are in Great Britain, but there are going to be distinct seasons, and they talked about how they actually went and shot different skies in different seasons as well, because the arc of the sun is different at different times of the year. So that changes the way the light is going to infect the environment. So by having those different skies, they can create a more rich and what will feel like a different environment. Again, these are kind of the subtleties that most people who play the game will probably never even notice or care about, but it's pretty cool if you just take some time to appreciate all the work they're putting in here. I mean, they did say that as far as they know, they're the only studio doing like this kind of crazy work on just the skies. So pretty cool to see. And keep in mind also that Fable is going to be running on this engine, so expect the open world environment of the new Fable to be very, very cool. But anyway, back to the seasons. Obviously, it won't be your traditional kind of 4 seasons like we had in Great Britain. So from season to season, the changes won't be quite as dramatic. It's going to be more focused on the individual biomes that they have in the map. So you'll see all 4 kind of traditional quote-unquote seasons within the map itself. It's just going to be slightly less dependent on the actual season is what it sounds like. So basically what they've done is taken the 4-season system that they introduced in Forza Horizon 4 and almost kind of turned it on its head to improve it, because they've taken it to Mexico, a place where you don't have the traditional 4 seasons, yet within the kind of rich biodiversity and climates they have within Mexico, they're able to achieve the same thing, just more dynamically. They talked about how it could be snowing up on the mountain, and if you don't want to go drive in snow, then you don't have to go there. You can drive somewhere else. You can see and choose what you want to do. So it sounds like they've listened to the community, because a lot of people's complaint in Forza Horizon 4 was they didn't like having the week-long winter season because they just didn't like having to drive around in the snow with no other choices for a week. So now with this, if you don't want to drive in the snow, you just don't have to drive in that part of the map until it changes, and then you can go explore it again. So again, really cool. It goes back to kind of the storm chasing idea. Really excited. So those are kind of the main takeaways from what the Forza team was sharing, but there was also a Q&A session at the end where we got a few more details and kind of things clarified and confirmed. So the first thing was that they confirmed that they will be covering engine sounds in a future stream or update. So It kind of sounded like they were hinting that the next update they're going to have, which is probably next month, is going to be on engine noises, so I think it's good news. We should definitely expect them to go into all the improvements they've made in the engine sounds. I can't imagine them going any other way with that. So I'm thinking very shortly here we're going to get some great news on the engine sounds in Forza Horizon 5. Bighorn sheep were also confirmed, so I guess that's cool. In my initial video on the details we got from E3, I did go into kind of all the animals that they confirmed would be in the map there. So once again, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss anything related to Forza Horizon 5. They also confirmed again that this is going to be the longest highway they've ever had. So they mentioned it last time, but they did kind of double down and confirm that it is the longest highway ever, and it stretches from corner to corner of the map, so that is great news. They also confirmed that barn finds will be returning, so here's what they had to say about that.
Barn finds are back, yeah, they're probably the most detailed and location-specific barn finds we've done. So can't wait for people to actually start finding them.
Look better than ever.
Yeah.
I do have another video going into the new gift drop feature and how that could tie into barn finds, so if you haven't checked that out, I'll leave a link in the description down below. They also reconfirmed that the convertible roofs go up and down, which once again they confirmed last time and we kind of saw in the E3 gameplay that we got, and I talked about quite a bit already. So they basically just confirmed that it is going to be the left thumbstick. So you push down on the left thumbstick to raise and lower the roof on your convertible. So that's cool. And last but not least, they touched on the weather system. So this kind of goes back to the seasons and the main theme of the stream, which was the skies. So they confirmed some of the dynamics of these storms. So the storms will be localized on the map. They don't necessarily move, but they will kind of pop up and grow and shrink and disappear dynamically. So it sounds like they won't pop up and then move across the map, which that would be really cool, but you know, I just realistically, I don't technically, I feel like that maybe is just too tough. But even so, just having the stuff localized on the map will make it so much more dynamic, because like we talked a little bit about, as you're driving across, you could see a storm or a rain shower pop up in the distance and just decide, okay, I'm not going to go over there, and as you're driving past, it could clear up, and you could watch it clear up and then go drive through there. So as opposed to Forza Horizon 4, where if it rains, it's raining for everybody on the whole map. Here, if it rains and you're in that part of the map, people who are playing on the other side of the map, it could still be sunny. If you're up on the mountain, it could be snowing, right? They'll have all these dynamic weather changes, so depending on where you're at in the map, your weather can be different from people elsewhere. So I'm going to say it one more time. Storm chasing, cannot wait. Be sure to leave a like on this video if you're as hyped as I am. And if you're new, think about hitting that subscribe button to stay up to date on all things Forza Horizon 5. Till next time, guys, stay classy.